and welcome to Let's Get Prepared. I'm Catherine, and today we're going to talk about 72-hour kits, also known as bug out bags or head for the hills packs. I'm boring, so I'm going to call them 72-hour kits. But whatever you call them, they are meant to be kits that we pack ahead of time so that if we need to evacuate or leave quickly, we have these packs ready to go that we'd be able to use to survive and be comfortable, hopefully, for 72 hours. So today I'm going to show you one of our packs. This is my son's pack. Now, this is a little suitcase that has wheels, and I got it at the thrift store. It was somewhere between $3 and $10, so not too expensive. Little bit of a disclaimer, as I go through his pack and show you, you'll notice that some of his clothes, they're about for size 5, and he's 11 now, so that's something I need to work on, is keeping the packs updated. I'm good at keeping the food updated. I need to work on some of the other things. So emergency preparedness is an ongoing thing. We can't just do it once and then think we're ready. It's something that we have to kind of keep working on. And there is I think it's a National Emergency Preparedness Week in May. So that's something that would be a good thing to do at that time. So let me go through the pack and I'll show you some things that we have. I'll unzip it. Actually, before I unzip, I'm going to unzip the front pocket and show you what's in there. Okay, so this is, if you've got kids in school, you know, sometimes the teachers get these little plastic pouches for them. It's got his name on it. At the end of the school year, I thought, well, I'm not going to throw that away. I'm going to keep it. We'll use it for his emergency pack. It even matches. That's cool. So what we keep in here are things that you might need to get to quickly. So they're kind of on the outside of the bag. There is a rain poncho. Let's see what else is in here. There is a baggie with some change, some Band-Aids, and some contact list, and a picture of him for identification purposes. There's also some quick snacks, some freeze-dried apples and peaches. There is a pair of socks and a pair of underwear. There's a little package of gum, some chapstick, his inhaler, and some hand sanitizer. So that's all in this little pouch on the front pocket of his suitcase. All right, so now I'm opening the suitcase. What do we have in here? Okay, so this is food. It's in a plastic container with a screw-on lid. Written on the front is his name, and it says what it is, 72-hour kit food, and it says when it's supposed to be replaced. My family participates in a religious conference twice a year, every April and October. And so at that time, I tell my kids they can, during that weekend, they can eat the food that's in their 72-hour kit, and then I replace it shortly thereafter. And so when I'm replacing it, I just look at the expiry date on the boxes of granola bars or whatever, and I just have to make sure it's good for at least 6 months. So I know they'll make it to the next conference weekend. So in here we have some packs of the instant oatmeal, flavored oatmeal. You just add water. A little can of sardines. Believe it or not, my kids like sardines. It's a good source of protein, not too expensive. These are some dried cranberries. This is some applesauce. A couple of nut bars. Things with nuts are good. They can go bad quicker, but 6 months they should be fine. And nuts have more. They give you energy and protein. Some more granola bars, some Fiber One bars. And a can of turkey flakes. Oh, and one last thing is just a little hard candy. I found that sometimes if you have extra parade candy or, you know, that random candy cane left over after Christmas, just throw it in your emergency food pack. It's during an emergency, that would be like a treasure, right? Like anything extra that tastes good, comfort food. Obviously, with this food, we're not going to be eating 3-course meals, gourmet food, but it will keep us alive. I'll pack that away later. Then I got a little excited a few years ago and I decided to make a pillow for each of my kids to have in their pack with a matching blanket. This is 2 pieces of flannel sewn together so that they can crawl into it if they want. Kind of like a little sleeping bag, or just use it, you know, as a little comfort blanket, a little bit of extra warmth. This would be in addition to sleeping bags if we had them with us. Now, inside all of my kids' suitcases, they each have a backpack. The suitcases might be too big if we're trying to fit a whole bunch of stuff into our vehicle to evacuate. We might not be able to bring it all or in a suitcase, so they'll each have a backpack. Also, if they had to go somewhere on foot sometime, they'd be able to put that on their back and go. So inside the backpacks, there is an extra change of clothes. I've got sweatpants, t-shirt, socks, underwear, and an undershirt. I found that these little containers, or I don't know what to call them, containers, that you buy sheets and bedding in, you know, they're plastic and they have a zipper. It's a good way to reuse it, recycle, and keep everything kind of organized inside your backpack and a little bit waterproof. There's another one here. This one's full of toiletries. There's toilet paper, shampoo and conditioner, Q-tips, Band-Aids, toothpaste and toothbrush, and hairbrush and comb. So, yeah. So that would keep him feeling comfortable. I think I'm going to replace that. I'll probably just have a 2-in-1 conditioner or just the smaller size, travel size. Obviously, if you're a woman, you're probably going to have more things in your pack. I know I'd add deodorant. I know I need like face cream, or my skin gets dry, things like that. So just pack what you need and what would help you to survive and be comfortable as much as possible. In the front of his backpack, he has a little a book of scripture for comfort and a little notepad and pen. And in the very front of his backpack, he has another little roll of toilet paper. So that's what's in his backpack. And then, ideally, I would put his food in the backpack as well, and maybe a water bottle or 2. In his suitcase, there's also a bath towel, a hand towel, and a face cloth. Which I thought could come in handy, and if not, then when they move away from home, they've got their first set of towels all ready to go. And there's a hoodie, and then there's just an extra, some shorts and pants in the bottom of the suitcase. So that is what my son's 72-hour kit looks like. Of course, everybody's kits are going to be a little bit different. At one point, I think all my kids had a stuffy in them just for comfort. I know mine has some games and some camping and survival manuals. One year, my family dressed up as healthcare providers for Halloween. And then afterwards, I was like, what should I do with these scrubs? And then I had a brilliant idea. Scrubs would be perfect in a 72-hour kit. If you're like me and your weight fluctuates sometimes, scrubs have a drawstring waist and they're loose and comfortable. They could be pajamas or an extra set of clothes. The only problem I can see with scrubs is in an emergency, somebody might actually think that you're like helpful, like a doctor. If you ever see somebody in scrubs and you ask them to help and they say, no, I'm not a doctor, you believe them. Yeah. I hope that you will start putting together a 72-hour kit. If you have other ideas, I mean, you can put flashlights and batteries and first aid kits and all kinds of things. That was emergency kit for like a 5-year-old. He's now 11, so he could carry a bit more. Obviously, if you've got a baby, you're going to need to pack diapers and wipes and all those kinds of things. So start thinking about it and have fun with it. And I hope that you will join me next time on Let's Get Prepared.